Now as we follow these sea cliffs, they stretch for 18 miles here. And having sea cliffs this large isn't normal in the Hawaiian Islands. And the scientists think Molokai used to be twice the size that it is today, extending several miles off to the right. And during one of the eruptions of the volcano here, they think this whole part of the island broke off and slid underwater. Yep. And it left some of the highest sea cliffs in the world, which we should be able to see here in a few minutes. Oh my gosh. These waterfalls are flowing so well this morning here. Yeah, normally we just have one waterfall in the back here, but you can see there's twin falls flowing this morning. And then we've got all these bonus waterfalls flowing, even the ones in front of us. This is absolutely beautiful this morning. Wow. Yeah, now it is the rain clouds and the rainfall that feeds these waterfalls. So when we have clear blue sky days, a lot of these will tend to dry up on us. And this morning, this whole area was covered in very low and heavy rain clouds. And this is what it has left us. Wow. Welcome to Papala'ua Falls.
Does anybody live on this island?
Yeah, there's a population of right around 7,000 people. And a little bit later on in the flight, I'll show you where most of those people live. But the areas that we're flying over here right now, there's no roads or trails to come out here. So the only way you can come out here is to do it by boat or from the air. So civilization ended in the valley behind us where we saw a few homes. Wow. Now this next valley we have coming up is called Wailau Valley. And again, there's no roads or trails here. Every now and then we'll have some boats that are anchor offshore Wailau, and then they set up tents and they spend, go camping here, but they come around from the other side. And we're going to head down a little ways, and then we're going to backtrack, so we'll get a good view of this on both sides of the aircraft. We're coming up to a very unique waterfall that we call Veil Falls. And you'll see as we go by, it does come out of the clouds. And this area in front of us, right where the rainbow is touching it, as the water kind of goes off into the air, there's always a wind that blows and it creates a veil of water here. So we call this Veil Falls. And then these usually don't flow. As we pass these waterfalls, if you look out in front of us, you can see there's a peninsula that extends out to the right with a lighthouse on the far right side. And that's called Kalapapa Peninsula. And this is where in 1861, King Kamehameha V established Kalapapa as a leprosy colony. Unfortunately, in the early to mid 1800s, as visitors began arriving in the Hawaiian Islands, they brought with them a lot of disease, and leprosy was a disease that was uncurable and very contagious. So they decided to isolate everyone who had that disease in one of the most difficult places to get into and out of. And so this remained the leper colony from 1861 all the way to 1969. And today it's part of the National Historic Park System. So there are opportunities to visit the old leper colony. As we come into this valley, we're going to go in a little ways, and I'm going to share with you some pretty cool stuff, I think, here. This is one of my favorite places in Hawaii. Now, as we come in here, you're going to see another waterfall on the lower left side. And you'll see the water's coming out of the side of the mountain. It's not coming off the top, which is typical. So this is what's called a weeping waterfall. And the way these are formed is up on the summit, there's a swamp. And about 200 to 300 years ago, when it rained up on that swamp, that water slowly seeped into lava rock. And it takes about 200 to 300 years for that water to come seeping out of the side. So this water that we see is very old, very cold, and very clean. Now, though we can't see the highest point on Molokai, it is directly in front of us. It's called Kamakau Peak, and at almost 5,000 feet tall, Kamakau is the largest of two volcanoes that formed this island. So we're actually flying the inside of an extinct volcano here. Now we do have a little hunter's cabin on the creek bed to our lower left side, and this has been built by the county, and they allow hunters to come in here to use that cabin, and then they allow scientists that come in here and do research here in Pele Canoe Valley.
What are they hunting?
What's that?
What are they hunting?
Wild pig, axis deer, goat, and sheep.